So this is nature, and that's a gorgeous shot, by the way. This is nature, or at least a small part of it. Nature is the world that we live in. It's the world we perceive with our senses. It's the world that we know directly. It's the world we live in, study, and work to understand. According to Ayn Rand, nature is all there is. To see why, let's look at what Rand has to say about the nature of nature. So let's go back to that nice image we had before. So just take a look at what's there. The whole range of things. You've got rocks and what's maybe sandstone, some granite. You've got some rocks. You've got trees. You've got sky, clouds, snow. There are some lakes. That's Canada, by the way. It's a really pretty picture. You got the sun. And then if you can imagine above that, you've got the stars and so on. This and whatever's below the earth, this is nature. Now, what can we say about nature from a philosophical perspective? Well, one thing we can say, and one thing Rand certainly said, is that everything that exists is something specific. So if you think about everything out there in that image, everything that exists is something specific. It's something with a specific set of properties that makes it uniquely what it is, and which constitutes its nature, or identity, as we say. Since every entity possesses a specific set of properties, each can act only in certain delimited ways. Tomatoes, turtles, and light rays, for example, behave differently because they have different properties, different identities, and they behave as they do because of what they are. So there's a connection between their identity and their mode of action, their nature, and what they do. What we call nature is simply the world of entities acting and interacting in accordance with their identities. When we say that nature is law-governed, and we talk about natural law, we mean that things can act only in accordance with their natures. They can perform, or be made to perform, actions they can only be made to perform or perform actions that they have the capacity to perform. So law governed in this sense means identity governed. And this is why nature permits no miracles. So in Rand's view, this view about the identity of things and what they can do causally is something fixed by their identity. So nature permits no miracles on her view. So tomatoes can't sing, water can't turn into wine, a man cannot walk unsupported on the surface of the water, and so on. Due to the nature of the entities involved, such actions are impossible to them. Such actions would contradict the identities of the entities involved. This connection between a thing's identity and its mode of action is actually the source of the intelligibility of nature and of the possibility of science. What an entity is, its identity, determines what it can do, and that's a fixed relationship. So that tells you something about Rand's view of nature and what laws govern it.